Good morning, class. Today we are going to read Supplementary's first chapter, that is The Lost Child by Mulk Raj Anand. So, here, firstly, we'll see the characters. First character is the lost child. So, he is the central character who gets fascinated with the items at the village spring fair and loses contact with his parents. He becomes heartbroken, loses interest in everything, and cries for his parents. Another character, the parents. They keep on asking the child to remain with them, but are careless enough to lose him at the fair. And the person who found him. He is a very helpful person who tries to distract the child by offering him many things but fails. The Lost Child is the story of a small child who gets lost in a fair. He had gone with his parents to the fair but loses them when he gets engrossed in looking at a roundabout swing. The story highlights the bond of love and affection that the child shares with his parents. Before losing them, he had been demanding different things like sweets, balloons, flowers, swings, etc. Once he loses them, he is picked up by a stranger. The stranger tries to quieten the child by offering him all these things that he had demanded from his parents, but the child does not want them anymore. He wants his parents first. So here, if we see, how? Like child goes to a spring fair with his parents. It is a festival of spring and everyone in a happy mood is going to the fair. The child is going to the fair with his parents. He is very happy and excited. On the way to the fair, the child enjoys every moment and gets fascinated towards natural beauty. In the fair, the child is attracted towards sweets and toys displayed in the shops. He feels attracted towards the garland of gulmohar and the delicious gulab jamuns. But his parents resist from buying anything for him. The child wants to play, climb trees, catch the dragonflies and butterflies. But again, his parents won't let him do any of this. This child sees a snake charmer. He likes music played by the charmer and wants to stay there for some time. But his parents do not approve. As the child moves on with his parents, he sees a roundabout. Then he says, "I want to go on the roundabout. Please, father, mother." So here, when he says, I want to go on the roundabout, please, father, mother, the child gets lost in the fair. After requesting his parents boldly for a roundabout, the child turns back, but to his surprise, no sign of his parents is there. He searches for his parents here and there. The child realizes that he is now separated from his parents and he is lost. He starts crying bitterly. Now you can imagine if someone lost, if a small child lost in the fair, so how the child was feeling at the time. So he starts crying bitterly. Now then what happened? There's a big crowd and the little child tries to make his way between the feet of people. After hearing the cry of the child, a gentleman lends a helping hand to him. This gentleman offers goodies and joy rides in order to console the lost child, but the child will have none of them. Instead, he longs to meet his parents. That time he don't want anything. Only he want to meet his parents. That is the only thing he wanted at the time. So it was the season of spring. The people of the village came out of their houses in a colorful attire and walked towards the fair. A child along with his parent. It was the season of spring. The people of the village came out of their houses in colorful attire and walked towards the fair. A child along with his parents was going to the fair and was very excited and happy. He was attracted to the stalls of toys and sweets. Though his father got angry, but his mother pacified him and diverted his attention towards other things. The child moved forward but once again lagged behind because his eyes were caught by one thing or the other every now and then. As they moved forward, the child wanted the various things on the stalls. His mouth watered, seeing sweets decorated with gold and silver leaves. He wanted his favorite burfi, but knowing that his parents would refuse on the ground that he was greedy, he walked ahead. Then he saw beautiful garlands of kulmohar, but didn't ask for it. Then he saw balloons, but he knew very well that his parents would deny due to the fact that he was too old to play with balloons. So he walked away. Then he saw a snake charmer and a roundabout swing. As he stopped to ask his parents for permission to enjoy the swing, to his astonishment, there was no reply. Neither his father nor his mother was there. Now the child realized that he was lost. He ran here and there but could not find them. The place was overcrowded. He got terrified, but suddenly a kind-hearted man took him up in his arms and consoled the bitterly weeping child. He asked if he would like to have a joyride, but the child sobbed, "I want my father, I want my mother." The man offered him sweets, balloons, and garland, but the child kept sobbing, I want my father, I want my mother. So that is the thing. When a child lost in the fair, earlier when he was with his parents, that time he wanted different kind of a thing which were there in that fair. But when he lost, so that time he don't want anything except his parents. So that showed the love, the deep love of a parent, between parents and the child. So this time he don't want anything else rather than his parents. So that's all about this chapter.